Welcome back to Forbidden Tea. Here's your weekly sip of stories, laughs, and whatever we're oversharing today. We're your hosts, Callie and Brian. Callie, what is your vibe this week?
Oh, this is the hardest question for me every time we record. My vibe, I've been sick this week, and so I feel like I just sound stuffy, and that's been my vibe.
Oh,
Sad. Womp womp.
womp womp.
What's your vibe this week?
You don't have any jams or any shows or while you've been sick that you've been binging?
Okay, yeah, actually.
Okay.
Ian and I have been watching Love is Blind, which is so funny because I was asking him like, oh, can I watch this show? Like, will you care? Because he was just sitting there with me, and he was like, no, I'll just like play games on my phone. He ends up watching the whole thing with me, of course. And he's like addicted now. Like, he wants to keep watching it.
I feel like that always happens. I'll turn on like the most girly show ever, and Hayden will just like glance in and then walk away, and then like 5 minutes later, and then he'll sit and ask me a bunch of questions about it, and
you have to pause and explain everything.
I'm like, just come sit down and watch it with me.
Exactly.
He's like, I have to do homework. Well, then why you
just bring your homework out here,
right?
Have you been watching Love is Blind or no?
No, I normally do, but for some reason I haven't started it yet. I think I'm just not wanting to get into a show super deep before The Bachelorette comes out and Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Oh, yeah.
Because we are going to be busy.
When do those come out? They come out this month, right?
Yeah, I think Secret Lives of Mormon Wives comes out like either late next week or the week after, and then The Bachelorette comes out like the week after that.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yay!
That'll be so fun.
Dude, we should totally just try and stay up watching them.
Even though watch party?
Every time we do that, we go to bed at like 10. But we'll try. We should have a watch party.
Deal.
Okay, sweet.
I do actually have a song I was listening to on the way up. It's,
okay.
What is it called? It's by Madison Beer. Let me look.
I haven't listened to Madison Beer in so long.
I know. Oh, it's Bittersweet by Madison Beer. I haven't listened to it for so long, but it just popped up randomly. And I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of a good song. So that's been my song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
What about you?
So my vibe this week, I cannot think of a word for it, but I don't know. I think maybe a little bit energetic, a little bit, but not. I don't know, because I have a lot of energy and I want to go do things, and I've been listening to and watching a lot of really high energy stuff, but I'm also tired all the time. But I've been listening to a lot of Black Bear and MGK this week, so it's kind of like a weird like
throwback,
a little trash in there. I don't know, maybe trashy is the word.
You're feeling trashy this week.
Feeling trashy, I guess. But then, you know, when you do Smart Shuffle on a playlist and then the Spotify will, it's been mixing in some, do you know Tiny Meat Gang?
No. No.
Do you know Cody Ko?
No, I don't think so.
You don't know the YouTuber?
I don't think so.
Well, he made a band, and his band is called TMG, Tiny Meat Gang. And so I'm listening to like Machine Gun Kelly or Black Bear, like Posty, and then all of a sudden, No Flex by Tiny Meat Gang comes. I'll have to show it to you. It's so funny.
That name. Oh my gosh.
I love it. But that's kind of my vibe this week. I'm just sitting there. And like Baby No Money, some Young Gravy.
I do love Young Gravy.
I will always be so mad that we did not spend Halloween at Young Gravy's concert.
I know. I forget about that until you bring it up every time. And it makes me
so sad. It's fine. Next time.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to introduce what we're talking about today?
Yes. Mom, don't listen.
Yeah, all the moms and grandmas, today might not be for you.
Yeah, today's not the episode for you. Today we're talking about sex education in Utah and all the things with that, and just all of our experiences. So it's going to be a little bit juicy, a little bit Rated what? PG
Explicit?
explicit, PG explicit.
Mature adult.
Mature adult. TVMA.
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 Well, so Callie, I have to ask you, what age did you learn about sex?
Okay, so I feel like I don't really know.
Did you ever get the talk from your parents?
I did from my mom, but I was way too old. Like I was like 16, I already knew. And she was like trying to give me the talk, and I was like, Mom, I already kind of know stuff. Clearly I didn't know everything though, but we'll get to that later.
But honestly, who does?
That's true. I don't know. I feel like especially people in Utah though, like we just don't know anything. And like the sex education in school is nothing. Like we had like the like puberty classes that we went to after school. Did you go to that?
In 5th grade?
Yeah.
Nope. I never gave my mom the form. I threw it away so I didn't have to go. I just remember going to school the next day. Everyone was so awkward. And I remember everyone was like, oh my gosh, the ice cream with the cherries on top looks like boobs.
Yes. No, literally, Kate. There's a lady that came in and she just explained everything, like puberty and what happens to your body and stuff. And I remember that because I couldn't say cherry on top for a long time because I was traumatized. Because she was like, oh yeah, like when your boobs develop, it's like a cherry on top. It's like, ugh, I don't know. It was just weird the way she described it. I was like, well, this is not good. And then she had like a board and she had different types of tampons and pads like glued to it, and she passed it around so we could all see it.
Little show and tell.
Little show and tell, yeah. And then I've asked Ian about this because he went to the boy class.
Oh yeah.
And he said the whole time they just kept saying like, you stink. Like you just need to wear deodorant and you stink. Yeah.
What?
Because boys like stink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because it was technically a maturation thing, so it's kind of supposed to just prepare you for changes to your body, I guess. I guess it's not really like a sex ed type thing, right?
Yeah. No, it wasn't even like about sex at all, but it was more just like puberty and like being ready for that. But I also feel like we didn't really get like sex ed at all.
No.
You remember that?
No, I remember we were supposed to have something, I think, in 7th grade, and then I think we were supposed to learn about it in health class in 9th grade. But okay, I also did not give my parents the forms to approve to do the sex ed in 7th grade, so I was the one who got to go to the library and write an essay about some health topic instead of learning sex. I'm so scared of change.
You didn't want to know?
No, I didn't.
Jeez. I thought you like had to bring the paper back with a yes or no. Did you just like check no?
I don't know.
Huh.
I probably forged his signature. I don't remember. I just remember not doing it.
Okay.
Honestly, I would not be surprised if my mom marked no, though. Maybe that happened.
Then where did you learn? Did you get the talk?
No. So my mom sat me down, I think when I was like 14, to start having the talk, and all she got to was she pulled up the computer and tried to look up like the female internal stuff, and my sister and one of her really good guy friends walked in and she immediately slammed the computer and was like, we'll have this talk another time. Never got it.
Uh-oh.
So I learned, I think I just kind of pieced things together.
Yeah.
And then there was the 9th grade sex ed, so I think obviously you learn a little bit more about actually what
Anatomy.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I learned on the school bus.
I was gonna say that too.
The school bus.
Because on the school bus, I remember there were kids like just making like stupid kid jokes and whatever, and I like didn't understand what they were talking about. I was like, I don't get this. Like, I don't know what's happening. And then years later, I pieced it together. I was like,
right?
Yeah.
Like, I learned what 69 was on the bus. I remember the 2 kids that told me about it because I was known as the sheltered kid on the bus for the longest time because I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And it was like 6th no, probably like 7th or 8th grade, and we were sitting on the back of the bus because that's where all the crazy people
Bad
sat.
kids sit.
Yeah. We would sit in the back of the bus, and then they were joking about like 69 because they like drew it on a piece of paper or something like that, and I was like, what is 69? And they're like, oh. And then they like drew me a diagram of like the number and how it like pieced together, and I was so confused because I was like, all right, this is getting crazy. I did not understand why the heck a guy would want to be on that end of the girl.
This is actually embarrassing too because I didn't know what that was for a really long time. Like probably until like senior year of high school, like that late. Because I just didn't think about it. Like I knew like the joke like, oh, 69, whatever.
Right.
And I knew it was something dirty, but I never cared to like know what it was.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, and let me ask you a question. How old were you when you learned what the clit was? I think this covers Utah sex ed culture in one piece.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's really sad, actually. I feel like, at least when I'm a mom, I'm definitely going to do the thing where you like go on a drive and you just trap them in the car and you just tell them everything. I'm so doing that because you can't escape. And then
You can't leave.
You can't leave. To answer your question, that might be mean of me, but I've heard of parents doing that, and I feel like it's probably effective.
I think you kind of have to because it's an uncomfortable situation, but it's something that definitely benefits them, and it's something that they need to know, unfortunately. And ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, so to answer your question, I don't know. I want to know how old you were.
I think I was 20. No, I was 19.
I was definitely out of high school.
I was too. I think I was 19 because I think I learned what it was my freshman year of college. And then when I moved to Provo and I was like 19 or 20, I had roommates that were like a year younger than me and they didn't know what the clit was. So I had to tell them.
I definitely like... I don't know, you know how you just hear things like through the grapevine and then you're like, oh, like I should probably look that up, but I don't want to. I think I had to look it up.
I think I did too, actually. Yeah. I actually almost explicitly remember looking it up on Google.
The private window?
Yeah. Oh, my digital footprint without that window.
Oh. Yeah.
Scary place.
It's just like crazy how much people really don't know. Like we were talking about the Wuthering Heights movie at work the other day.
Yeah.
And this girl was saying that she was sitting there with her friends and it was the part when Kathy was like behind the rock and she was like masturbating or whatever.
Oh.
And she said that 2 of her friends turned and was like, what is she doing? Like they didn't even know and they were married. So.
Oh no.
Like, guys, you're like, she's masturbating. What do you mean? And they're like, oh.
Okay, going off of that movie, I had this thought. I bet one reason why I was so uncomfortable with it is because I just didn't. I don't know. I just don't. When I think of sex, I don't think of like all the freaky stuff that they do in that movie. But maybe that's probably normal sex culture.
Do you think?
I hope not.
I mean, listen, I know people get freaky, but like,
right.
I guess I just don't think of it as much. And I have wondered, this is a weird thing to ask you, but do you think people in Utah have very like vanilla sex, or do you think they get freaky?
I think it goes both ways.
Really?
I think that the people that don't know probably have very basic sex. But those who are a little bit more like adventurous and maybe spontaneous, I bet they're trying everything. I bet Utah has some like majors on both sides of the spectrum. You know what I mean?
I can see that because there are some people that like are just crazier and like you hear stories from them and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. And then there's the people like that literally don't know anything.
But then also it kind of appeals to the concept of good girl, bad girl, you know, like how they're like good out in public and everything, but then they're actually the freakiest people ever.
Yeah.
I think that probably applies here.
Yeah. No, that one makes sense. Interesting.
Okay, so do you think, circling back to like health class,
yes,
do you think that outside of Utah, it follows the stereotype that you see in movies where the health teachers are like, okay, here's what sex is. Just be careful and don't get pregnant, and throws condoms at them. Do you think that actually happens?
Like in Mean Girls, and he's like, everyone grab some rubbers.
Yep. And they show it on a banana being like, here's how to use it.
I feel like that happens in other places. I feel like
Probably.
they definitely do show like how to use a condom and stuff. They don't do that here though. I don't know about like just to like be safe, here's some condoms. I don't know, maybe because they probably think that like they're gonna do it anyways. Might as well just like try not to get pregnant.
Just hope, that they do it safely.
Yeah.
But then here it's don't do it.
Don't even do anything. But it's crazy because it's like, I wrote this down. It's like when you're dating, they're like, don't make out, like don't
Passionately kiss. Don't kiss horizontally.
Yeah, that's more so just like religiously here in Utah, not really like school wide. But and then like the second you get married, they're like, when are you having a baby? Are you pregnant yet? And it's like, whoa, I just barely learned what all this is.
Okay,
that's true.
I have a question for you though. Sorry, this is all just so weird.
No, we're just
were
unfiltered.
You so nervous for your first time?
I was for a really long time. I waited till marriage, if anyone wants to know. 'Cause that's the thing. I feel like I was for a really long time, and like even in high school I was like, I don't ever want to do that, like that's so scary, like it was just such a big scary thing. And then like the closer I got to being married, I like was more chill about it because I just knew it was gonna happen.
Right.
So I feel like the time leading up to it, not as scared, but like years before, yeah, I was terrified.
Right.
Were you?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I also waited until marriage. I did not want to risk getting pregnant.
Yeah.
Or being married. And obviously other reasons too, but anyways. So, I actually over my wedding, I was on my period. And when I'm on my period, this again, so TMI, the whole world's gonna know everything about me.
It's your guys' fault for listening.
Yeah. We warned you. When I am on my period, I get the worst ovulating pain, and it is weird. It lasts so long.
Wait, on your period you get ovulating pain?
Well, okay, it's not ovulating pain. I don't know what it is, but it's like
cramps?
Maybe? Is that literally what cramps is? But it's like inside my
Yeah, girl, that's cramps.
Oh, yeah, that's cramps. Okay. Because I get cramps like right here too. So I'm like, oh, that's cramps.
Oh, like on your side.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, that's not what it is. Because I also get pain. I'm probably going to edit that. Because I get pain like inside my vagina and it feels like something's like scratching.
Oh. But it's not like cramps?
No. It's like actually painful.
I don't know.
It started ever since I got my IUD.
Oh.
That's not normal.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I don't get that.
Okay, well, moving on. Anyways, and I just did not want my first time to be bloody and on my period. And honestly, they need to lay off the expectation that you're going to do it your first night, because after your wedding,
you're so tired.
It's so late.
Yeah.
Like, good kudos to the people that have the energy for that, but I didn't, and especially where it's such a mental buildup, I did not have the mental energy to go through with it.
Pressure. So you didn't on your wedding night?
No, I waited a couple days until I was done with my period, and then we did.
Yeah. Kind of same. I was too tired on our wedding night. I think we both were. We just fell asleep, so.
Yeah, it was great. We went and showered, and then we had Jimmy John's sandwiches, and then we just passed out.
Yeah.
And honestly, I couldn't have asked for anything better. That was an amazing first night as a married couple. But anyways, but yeah, I feel like they put so much pressure to just, it's so hard because they're like, you can't do anything before you get married, but also you're supposed to do it your first night, and you're supposed to be just know everything and be able to just connect.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's weird when like parents just don't tell them anything.
Right.
Like I'm thinking about Bridgerton. Did you finish Bridgerton?
Yes.
I did too. I'm thinking about it because that's like literally how it is here.
It
like
is.
to a T. Like people don't know what anything is, and I think it's funny that Francesca was like, "What's the pinnacle?" And she
Well,
the whole time was just trying to figure that out, and no one would freaking tell her.
even Daphne was like, what, how do I make a child? How do
Yeah.
we even perform the act that I'm supposed to do on my wedding night? And then it's the same where everyone just uses these weird analogies and metaphors and they just beat around the bush and just don't tell you, yeah, it goes in.
Yeah, well, I feel like in health class, like they show you the anatomy of everything and they teach you like, oh, like the sperm and the egg, but they don't teach you anything about how.
No. Oh my gosh, it always makes me so sad when I learn about couples that try to do it through the belly button.
Shut up. Through the belly button?
There's some doctors out there that will talk about it and be like, hey,
How does that even how?
they just, so the girl is like so bruised right here because the guy's just trying to put it in.
That's crazy.
Isn't that so sad?
I didn't know that was a thing.
It is, and it's a thing here in Utah too because no one actually
gosh.
knows.
Of course it is.
See, do you want to know? Sorry, Mom. Do you want to
Sorry,
know
Mom.
the best advice my mom gave me that I did not use, but it like shows how vague everything is? My mom told me to just try it and masturbate to see what I like, and I'll figure it out from there.
Okay,
But that, like, she didn't tell me anything about that. She just told me to
Oh.
masturbate and was like, just go figure it out. And I was like, no, I'm not masturbating because my mom told me to.
I feel like that's not necessarily like a bad thing. When
No.
I think about it now. Like I also like didn't even really know what that was for a long time
No.
either, if I'm being honest. Like obviously I knew later on, but
Right. But it's messed up that she was telling me to masturbate when I didn't even know what the clitoris was.
right? You're like, what even how do I
I know, I
even
was
do
like-
that?
What?
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry, Mom, to throw you under like that, but what?
Well, my mom didn't tell me what an orgasm is, so
Oh,
and I didn't know that for a freaking long time.
I didn't even know girls orgasmed till like I think 20.
Yeah. literally
Actually,
same.
actually, I did not know that girls had orgasms, and I really thought that sex was just primarily for the guys. And so when everyone was like talking about how girls love it and everything, or when all the shows come out and the girls are actually wanting to have sex, I'm like, I get it. It's validating if a guy wants to have sex with you, but I was like, why else would a girl want to
That's so
have
sad.
sex?
Well, and also I hate that in movies and stuff, like there's no warm up. They're just immediately
Oh my
on and they
gosh.
immediately are like,
Back to
Liking
Tell Me
it.
Lies.
yes.
They literally don't even have any foreplay. They barely kiss or anything. The guy just sticks it in there.
and
I'm
they're
like,
like loving it. And I'm like, that's not real.
false. Yeah, did you know only about like I know it's like 10 to 20% of women actually can orgasm based on penetrative
yeah.
sex.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
I think that we should be built different so that we can enjoy it
too.
too.
I've said this forever. Like, why is everything so hard for women? Stupid.
We have to work so hard.
Sorry, Mom.
Oh, I wish I could filter through who can listen to this. My dad's gonna listen to
Sorry.
Okay.
Anyways.
Well, anyways.
Yeah. I don't know. And I feel like there's also just things we don't know about, even like being pregnant.
Oh, I'm so foreign to the concept, honestly. Though I've been learning so much just because I have a few friends that are also. Why is it like someone coughed and everyone got pregnant?
Pregnant now.
Heck.
Literally.
But I feel like I've been learning so much, and everyone's like, oh, have you thought about like natural versus medicated birth? Or like, have you thought about your birth plan? Have you thought about like the different vaccines you're going to give your child and like all these different things. I'm like, oh, did you know this and this and this about the placenta? I'm like, no.
There are just different things that happen to your body too when you're pregnant, like random crazy things. I'm like, why don't we learn that in school?
No one. Okay. Yes, I agree. It makes me so mad that I feel like I don't know my body at all.
Yeah.
And I've had it for almost 24 years.
I just feel like, did we even get shown like the birthing video? Because I don't remember that.
I didn't.
I know that's a thing other places, like they'll show like the miracle of life and it's like the birthing video, but I don't remember ever watching that.
I don't think so. I didn't watch it.
The things we don't know.
So we're basically just too sheltered for our own good at this point.
Yeah.
We're gonna seriously get pregnant and we're gonna be like, what is happening?
We're gonna freak out.
Anyways.
Did you know about STDs? I think they taught that in health class, right? Somewhat.
A little bit. I still honestly could only name maybe one or two, and I don't even know I don't know what having them looks like or anything, but I just know that sometimes when you do it through the butthole, that's how you can.
What? Again, say that again. What did you say?
So when it's done through the butthole, that's the most common way to get an STD, isn't it? Either that or
like having multiple partners.
Well, that too, but it starts by having one person having it and then that person spreading it to different people. And I thought, okay, actually, I could very well be wrong.
I mean, I'm sure that is a way to like spread something.
Well, because
I just know it's from having multiple partners and like different bodily fluids and crap like that.
Yeah, and I know that some of them are bloodborne. Is that the right way to say it? I honestly am so dumb when it comes to this stuff. But I know some of them are actually bloodborne, and so if someone has it, it's just in their blood. And then a lot of times I don't think you even really know it's a disease until it's passed to someone else,
like
right?
HPV and stuff, right?
Like what?
Like HPV and stuff. I'm pretty sure. Like different strains of that.
See, the only thing I know about that song, not that song, that is that, oh my gosh, about HPV is that it's in Earth by Lil Dicky. I'm HPV.
I don't know. I might be getting confused with other things, but it's just like wild how much we don't know here. And I feel like it's scary because then it's like you're at risk of getting pregnant or being traumatized after you like do it for the first time. Like I feel like especially for girls it's a big deal.
It is.
So then on your wedding night or whenever you do it, like it's just scary, and I've heard of people like literally crying afterwards. And like,
have you heard of some girls just locking themselves in the bathroom because they're so scared to do it?
Mm-mm.
And they're so scared of their husbands. It's crazy. It makes me so sad. Honestly, it's so sad that that's our culture. I really wish that we knew more. I understand not having sex before marriage. I think that honestly is really smart. But I also understand why people would want to do it because it's kind of just a mental block that you have to get over and you have to know what it is, and it's a whole curiosity aspect too. There's so much unknown in it.
Yeah. It's also just like kind of hush hush here. Like,
right.
If it's brought up, it's like you can't just really talk about it freely sometimes. Like how your mom like slammed the laptop shut. Like it probably didn't matter that much, but just because a guy was there, like, you know what I mean? It's just kind of sad.
Honestly, it probably would have benefited him too.
Yeah, honestly.
Let's all learn together.
Yes.
But yeah, I agree. I think that it needs to be talked about a little bit more openly, but then it comes to a point where it's so hush-hush that there's so many jokes around it and there's so much humor around it. But I feel like it's actually this great thing, but no one actually knows because it's all just jokes and awkward topics and everyone's just so weird about it.
Yeah, and then people just end up getting pregnant really fast too, and they're like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me.
It is crazy. It's such a weird thing.
Well, and like going back to when we were talking about Provo things, like soaking, that's like that's like the same thing as doing it, but people just think it's like a loophole. No pun intended.
Right. Right. No, I get it. Especially with the shaking. It's literally the same thing.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Do you want to know how my dad learned about sex? It's so funny.
Sure.
So my dad grew up in Hebrew as well, and he grew up on a farm, and his dad said, "Son, come here. I got something to show you." And then he walked him out, and the horses were doing it, and he said, "That's how babies are made." And that's it.
A visual. A visual, if you please.
I mean, at least he got a visual.
Yeah, would that help? I feel like it would, but I'd also be like really confused.
Well, he was like, "What?"
He's like, what?
A horse?
A horse.
Anyways, it's just crazy. But I do think that it's becoming more common to talk about it more, especially with kids being introduced to things so early through phones and social media. And then there's
For sure.
pornography, and kids are getting themselves into things that they don't know what they're getting into.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it is becoming a little bit more talked about, which I think is a really good thing, as long as it's done in a good and healthy way.
Yeah. Why do you think it's not talked about in schools? Is it like here? Is it like the law? Like not the law, but like who decided that? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I bet a big part of it is that I don't know, which it should be talked about more in health classes because it's anatomy and it's what literally how life is made. But also, I do think that a lot of them just want the responsibility to be on the parents so then it can be a more private conversation. And also, I could see a lot of schools being scared that parents are going to get mad or upset about crossing lines about what's good and what's not and stuff like that. And so I think a lot of it is probably for the parents, actually.
But then it sucks when you have parents that don't tell you anything.
Exactly.
It's like,
And I think that's more common than not.
yeah.
I really don't think it's common for parents to actually give their kids the talk.
Yeah. I don't think Ian had the talk either.
Hayden didn't either.
Oh my gosh. Let us know if you did or not. Maybe actually that's maybe too personal to share
Yeah,
with us,
don't.
but I'm just like, I just want to know, like, statistic wise, like how much of
I am curious.
like our school or like our friends actually knew about stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Interesting.
And if they did, if they actually got a good talk from their parents, or if it was just jokes and they pieced it together.
Yeah. Or like if it was kind of like Bridgerton and they like used weird metaphors and like tried to like explain it but didn't explain it right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, going along the lines of that, did you know what your period was then when you got your first period?
Yes, I did, but it was still horrible. Like,
Well, it's traumatic for anyone.
I was at school and I was in 6th grade and it was recess and I remember like just not wanting to like play or anything
Oh.
because I just like I had cramps and I didn't feel good and I was like everyone's gonna know, like they're gonna see, because like I was scared that I was gonna bleed through my pants and stuff.
Did you know what to do with like a pad or?
I didn't have one,
Oh.
so I just like went about my day and then I
Yeah.
went home and I was like, Mom, and she's like, it's okay.
Oh.
Yeah. What about you? How was your period experience?
Okay.
If you want to share, you don't have to.
It's fine. I think everyone in our high school knew about it eventually. So funny thing is, anyways, I'll just tell it. So in 8th grade, I got my first period and I was just at school. It was nothing crazy. I went home and my sister was there and I was like, Sierra, I think I had my first period, but I don't know like what it is. Because like I had heard the word period at that point. I knew friends that had started their period, but that's kind of the gist of it because I didn't get any talks.
Yeah.
And so then she showed me how to use a pad. And then I finished out that cycle and then I did not have another one until I was like 16. It was sophomore
What?
year.
Lucky you.
Not lucky. This story makes up for it.
Okay, continue.
So it was sophomore year. It was a Halloween party. So I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't drive yet. So I went to this Halloween party and it was a great time. It was really fun. But of course, there's like 3 people that are 16 at that time. And so they end up driving everyone home.
Mm-hmm.
And I lived out in the boonies, especially from where this party was. It was seriously like across town. And so this kid is giving me a ride home. And I don't really actually know him that well. And I was like, oh, like he's really fun. And we were getting along great. And I was really excited to have a potential new friend. And of course, when you're driving that many people home, there's like 7 people in like the smallest car ever.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're playing roulette and you're just like moving around all over the place. And so eventually I'm the last one to get dropped off. So I moved to shotgun and then I hop out of the car. I look down and there's this massive blood stain on his seat. I look down, I look back up with him, and then I looked in the back of the car and it looked like someone had been murdered. Because I had been moving around all over the place.
No.
So I slammed the door and booked it into the house. And then I had to text like 5 people asking for his number so I could offer to come clean his car.
Aw.
Which he was actually really sweet about it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so sorry. I think I started my lady period in your car.
Lady period.
And he was like, no worries. My mom's going to help me clean it. I'm really sorry. That's probably really hard for you or something. Like, he was really sweet about it.
Yeah.
So it was good.
I feel like other guys would be like, ew, nasty.
I mean, he probably was, but he probably also knew how... That was so traumatic. I was so embarrassed. I could not talk to him for so long. I could not look him in the eye. Oh my gosh. And then eventually it came out. I think he told a couple of people and then it spread. But at that point it had been like senior year and I didn't really care anymore.
Yeah.
So yes, I did not have a period for like 3 years, but I think that my body was bottling it up and just decided to
Oh no.
it seriously looked like someone had died. It was so bad. Oh my gosh. And it was like fabric too.
Oh,
I
no.
cannot imagine
No
how. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's okay. We all have one traumatic period story at some point.
Oh, I used to bleed through everywhere. I used to have to go home early from school all the time
Aw.
because I would bleed through. And one time I bled through on my young woman's car. One young woman
Aw.
leader's car.
Dang
So,
it.
so yeah, I think it made up for it. But yeah,
Fun period stories.
sorry, that was a weird turn. But should we wrap up?
Yeah, probably. Do you want to clink?
Let's clink. On that note,
On that note. Okay.
fun times.
Thanks for listening. Sorry if you played this in front of your kids or someone who doesn't want to hear this, but we warned you.
We did warn you. And also, again, this needs to be talked about more.
Exactly. Exactly.
We can all come together through trauma.
Okay. Make sure to follow and like and subscribe. I'm gonna say that every time.
But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching.
Yeah. See you next
Listening.
week.
Bye.
Bye.